Hello and welcome to Revenant. I'm sorry, it's pronounced Reverend. This is an indie game by Dossman Games and Twisted Sickle. It's like another one of those boomer shooter, or in this case, bite-sized boomer shooter. For what I've heard, this game is not that long to beat, and most of the sprites and graphics are low quality, so it is not meant to take itself serious. I also heard that the developer is a pretty chill and neat dude, so he's pretty cool. Anyway, you play as the Reverend, as the title intended, who works as a groundskeeper up until the group of cultists and demons and other dark forces take over. So now you're out to shoot your way through the game to save everyone or something. So I might find as much secret as I can. Don't expect this to be a long game. Also, it's kind of like Blood and Cultist, but much shorter. And with that said, let's get into this bite-sized boomer. This is Revenant. These are strange times. Something odd is going on. There's a strange silence roaming in the nearby woods. According to my clock, it's about midday. Out the woods tells another story. I don't think I can wait this one out. Alright, so right off the bat, we are in my cottage, and from the looks of this, it's not exactly what you expect for a high quality graphics and sprites. Let's just see what's outside, excuse me.
Come out here, Reverend.
What do you know? Visitors.
Yeah, I really don't like where this is going. So let me just check something real quick. Get my map and find myself some weapon. Go through here. Press F for flashlight. So I'm using the gamepad. We're just gonna play that just to be safe. And pick this up, which happens to be the Hammer of Judgment. Looks like an old rusty tenderizer. And the blue skeleton key. And just because it's shaped as a skeleton doesn't mean it can open all the doors. Just pick it up. And let me see what this does. Nice. Let's see what's over here.
Locked.
And this is the blue door. We can't get it because we don't have the blue key, which is the hand, so we'll come back to it later. Let's just see who's outside. We don't want any radical. So it's time to say goodbye to our house, my cottage. And we got another enemy. Take care of him. And let's see what we have. So behind me is the groundkeeper's house, which is mine. The left side is the tool shed. Right is the woods. And our destination is going to be ahead, the Monolith Cemetery. But we don't have the key to it, as you can see. We'll just come back to it until we get it. Just go through here and pick up some weapons as much as you can. Let me take care of you. Jump with spacebar. So like I said, I'm playing this with the gamepad because it's easier for me. But if any of you out there is playing with the keyboard, then go right ahead. It's up to you. Hint, some objects can be used as platform. So as you can see, this haystack, for example, just jump on top of it and you'll get through higher areas. Okay, keep out. And we found our first firearm, the peace breaker, and the red key.
Time to break the peace.
And we got the red goat head key. Go over here and you'll find a new area.
Secret found.
And we found this cat thing. Looks like a helmet. I'm not going to kill it, so let's just move on. And go through the other side. Let me just use the hammer. And go ahead and crouch, it says. It's already done that. which lead us to the forests or woods. And there's another character, the Devoted. Turn around here and you'll find another secret, which I need to point out that I'll find as much secret as I can, as I said before.
Secret found.
And we found more of these people wearing a hippie flower thing, doing some mariachi dance. But we're not going to let that happen because we're going to kill him. And we found a new weapon, which happens to be a pile of apples.
An apple a day.
We're just going to save those, just don't do anything. Okay, let me just take care of these guys and break this. So most of these environment are breakable. You can just hit everything. And this thing kind of reminds me of something you see from that movie, Midsummers. I never watched that. Heard it was pretty good. Enough said, let's just move on. And let's just take care of this. Through the woods. Beware, some floor tiles are hazardous. As if I already know that. Got ourselves some cow here and there. Hint, try crouch jump. We're going to check something around here first. Door is locked, so let's just go through the window.
Secret found.
And we found some cigarettes. Basically, they're type of health that can heal you in spite of being non-healthy. And we found an Easter egg, what happens to be another game titled Reaper, which happens to be another DOSman's game. And another new weapon, which happens to be a shotgun as well.
Hello, Boomer.
Which is known as nickname Boomer. Or let's just save that. I don't know, somebody who owns a shotgun or any other firearm should just name their weapon nickname under the title Boomer. For anyone who's listening or watching this. And let me just check something real quick. This cow.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Lactose? That doesn't really make sense because he just turned into a hamburger. If you're saying like I'm a vegetarian, then basically that makes sense.
I don't have a beef with you.
Alright, that literally makes sense, no. Danger. Hint, some objects are breakable. So let's just go through here with our hammer or whatever, just break through this. Okay, quick save load with F9 and F5. So from what I've heard, there is a bug whenever you try to do that. It just messed up and just crashed. Just makes you start over the game. So we're not going to do it. We're just going to do it manually by going to the menu and save like that. Okay, let me just kill this guy here and there. And get ourselves some smokes. And it's already healing us right now. Seems more like a stress reliever if you think about it. Okay, more smokes. And kill this guy. And go through this platform here. Okay, I can't hear what he says. Most of the audio is a bit low, so it's going to be hard to hear what he's trying to say. Let's just jump carefully. And we have ourselves the cyanide needle, I believe. Cyanide or morphine. I gotta check it out. So basically those help you heal your health completely. Alright, let me see if I can use my gun now. There we go. Okie dokie. Also be careful with these guys, the shotguns, because they're more powerful and they can mess you up. I don't know what that thing is. But this, however, I keep seeing this everywhere in every wallpaper from the computer. It almost looked like some sort of skin that's infected, but it's actually like from a flower, so it just fools everyone to believe that. Alright, let's just go down here and go load this guy up. And we found a bottle of rum, another health port thing. So it just helps you heal more, similar to the morphine or cyanide, or I don't know what that is. Okay. But there's the blue key, pick that up, and go through this area. Just break this because it's blocking the way. So basically it's exactly like I said. It is kind of like blood because it's focusing more on the occult and some characters that are invading. Okay, there. Another needle, so let's just forget about that because our health is already healed. But we are back in our cottage, so now we can go to the cemetery now. There we go. Now let's move on. Oh, hold on for a second. Something wicked this way comes. Archbishop Val never before have such an ungodly bastard walked upon this earth. The living proof that anyone can slither their way into the faith and prayer of the gullible and hopeless. He forced the sin of us all upon poor lambs corrupted by it all. Now we are in our first boss fight, which happens to be the bishop's pet, SinBeast, I believe. So let's just go down and take care of this. Pick up as much apples as you can. And there's the boss. So what I usually do, what you should do, excuse me, is just throw all the forbidden fruit at it until it's dead. Or just go down here and pick up some animals. I'm just too focused on what's going on here because I don't want to die. Also, there are some projectiles here and there, so I gotta be careful with those as well. focus on this. Take care of this guy, and he's dead. Let's just check around this area before we move on. And basically, like in every level, at least 2 levels, you'll encounter the boss fight for each of them. So after the first level, I go to this boss. And after the 3rd level, for example, I'm in the 2nd boss. Yeah, I just can't concentrate what I'm saying because all this is going on. Let me just go up here and see what's out there. And looks like that's everything, so now we can move on to our next area. Knocking on Heaven's Door. The Central Crematorium. Long time no see. Efficiency drives the place, sitting next to express coffee shop, fast food drive-thru, and permanent 50% off signs. It's connected to a tiny library dedicated to the bishop, from what I can remember, probably filled with even more lies than regular. Not the way for humans remain to be treated before being laid to rest. I guess Manson was right. Death is on sale. Now that we made it through the woods, we are in the city near the crematorium. And before we move on, let's just check into this door. Look at this. A hand growing from the soil to the plant. Gnarly. Alright, let's just see what we have. Rum and a bullet. We don't need it right now. The hearse and the gate seems to be locked. Cemetery parking lot sign. And these guys. So let's just take care of this. I'm trying my best to save my shotgun ammo. Rest in peace. Let's just deal with these guys. There we go. No place to hide. Low rent casket. Okay, that seems nice. 2 for 1. Okay, then again, that's more than nice. That would be pretty neat right about now, but unfortunately we're not here to buy this at the moment. Just need to take care of these guys. Distant planet. Let's see what's on the other side. And coffee seems to be good right about now, but unfortunately we don't have time for coffee. You dead, and you dead. We need a key for this door. And this is one of the weirdest crematorium room. I don't know why there are green liquid in the floor. But we're not going to question that. Let's just keep on going. What's this? Don't open, dead inside. Too bad. You done. You dead. Whoa. What a weird looking enemy. Kind of reminds me a lot like those finger painting that I did from kindergarten. So we are in the room where before you be buried or cremated, this is where the morgue takes place for your body. Prepared. But let's not bring that up. Let's just continue on. And I can't tell if this is either a heart or a head. Looks more like a head. We're gonna have to go back to that area to pick up that rum because I'm just trying to take it nice and easy. And some ammo. No, I can't pick that up. Okay. I can't tell if I can just refill my health by eating an apple, but I guess not. Let's see what's inside here. What do we got here then?
I love what you've done with the place.
Yeah, pretty nice decoration. Or in this case, decor. This game is, like I said, it's a lot like Blood. Taking place in a cemetery, church, crematorium, whatever. With all these cultists roaming around. It has that name all over it. Ooh, I'm almost dead. Gotta get my rum. There's another one over there. Two more. Don't have a chance. Okay, I just need to find a key for this as well. And go upstairs to see what we have.
Locked.
This door's locked, so keep on moving. And what do we have here? A portrait of a melon in headphones? I don't get it. I don't know if it reference to something or someone. If anyone knows, just let me know. Or not. And one of those finger painting monsters. Or abomination. Somebody barricaded this, so looks like we're gonna have to go outside. Okay. Pile of pizza boxes here. Let's jump onto it. And go through this area.
Well, look who's here.
Oh, look at this. I think we just found another Easter egg. And it looks like it's the creator himself. That's pretty cool. Working on your game, I see. I'm not sure if that's the game. You know what?
Oh, come on. Strange. Feels like someone walked over my grave.
Yeah, that's something that I didn't know. You know what? Redo. Okay, so we have to start over because since we accidentally killed the creator, we decided to move forward without hurting him because if that happens again, I would cease to exist. So because you are a pretty cool dude, I decided not to kill you and move on. So take care of yourself. You're awesome. Alright, that's out of the way. Let's just take care of these guys down there. And let me just get my fruits. I think I already killed them, I'm not sure. There we go. Hopefully that's the last one. Dr. Snap was here. I don't know who that is. All clear. And this is Poppy's Pizza. That's also good right about now, but unfortunately it's closed, so too bad. Some other time. Now that we got the blue hand key, let's move on to the next area. this way. One ugly mother. I lack the words to describe the monstrosity before me, looking nothing like anything I've seen before. Honestly, I don't even think it's one of the bishop's creation, being too strange and eldritch to be spawned from his pondy mind. Let's see if it's impervious to load. Now we are in a second boss area. Sorry for your lost bull. So let's just find what we need to prepare ourselves before we fight him. And there's more of these freaks. There we go. Hold on a second, one more. Alright, go around here, see what's there. And there's the area we have to fight the boss, if I can find him. We're not going to go further just yet, so just go back and go to the other side of the room. Oh, we have ourselves a other room. This one is full of flesh and computer. Let's go inside.
Secret found.
And we found the secret. And there's a big eyeball right here. That doesn't do anything, doesn't blink, nothing. And this entire room is full of meat, so let's just move on. And this area might be pretty tough because there are too many projectiles here and there. Come on. There we go. Let's see if we can find the boss. Oh, there he is. And this one's a much bigger version of the other characters. Gotta be careful, like I said, too many projectile here and there. Along with these guys. I gotta find several fruits to throw at him before we can do this, because it's much more powerful than using a weapon. There you are. Come on, show yourself. There you are. Keep throwing apples at him before he dies. Until he dies, excuse me. I gotta find more health before I'm dead. Gotta be careful, because I gotta make this count. And he's done. Done. And before we go any further, let's just check around this area, this entire room, before we move on. No? Okay, everything is good, so let's just move on now. No rest for the wicked. Here it is, the so-called final resting place for the citizens of Monolith City. It recks of superfluid flair, which tomb of old and former shed, now living quarters for devotes of Bishop Files, brothers of the rogue, yet the graveyard itself lacks any resemble of humanity suited for any final rest. Whatever it is that has infected the blood-soaked soil, I treasure it seems to slam from the very crown on which Monolith Church rests upon. I need to gain entrance once again.
So much for resting in peace.
Yes, so much for Monolith Cemetery. In fact, the name itself reminds me of another game studio that's been shut down. So no more blood, fear, or condemned, thanks to a certain higher studio, or whatever. But enough said, we're already past the crematorium, so now we're moving on to the cemetery. Bastards. Okay, here's an enemy. You're dead. She gone. She gone. I don't know why I didn't even use these explosives in the first place.
Blocked the path, huh? We're gonna have to find another way.
Let's just check over here just to see what we got.
Secret found.
And looks like a hidden cemetery grave for someone.
Sorry, James. There's a new marshal in town.
James Marshall Anderson. I'm not going to say who it is, so let's move on. There's the green key. Let's just do this first.
I got bells of steel.
I didn't hear what he said, but I think he said bells of steel. Cheeky humor. Let me check something real quick. Another secret.
Secret found.
Alright, let me see what's there. What's this? Fuju TV's super secret stash. Do not steal. Too bad. Is this? No, that's not. Over here, okay. Well, unfortunately, I have enough stuff, so I'll just come back later to take Fuju, if I'm pronouncing his name right. Okay. There's a castle over here, so let's just check what we got.
They're gonna need a bigger tool.
Let me just check real quick around here before entering, because I thought I saw something. Into this small area. There it is.
Secret found.
There's too many secrets here and there. There's the cow, another cow, but I'm not gonna kill him, so let's just move on. What's this? Secret lair of Donkey Lover number 1. I don't really know who that is or what it's about, but I'm not just gonna waste my time for this, so let's move on into this castle. Ooh. Another one of these things. Let me just go up here and get the key before moving on. Now we can go. More platform. I don't know why I keep getting that wrong. I think that's how it's pronounced, I'm not sure. Missed. That's a new enemy, invisible. Let's just check around here before we go.
Secret found.
Another secret. What do you know? And it looks like we found another new enemy. Teeth. As well as a new weapon from the looks of it.
Got a toothache?
And this is the Shatterer. This is basically like a machine gun, but instead of shooting bullets, it shoots teeth. Pretty odd, but also neat at the same time. Alright, let's just see what... Over here, okay?
What kind of hell is this?
Yes, what kind of hell is this? Alright, let's see. This looks pretty weird. More like a Lovecraftian hell. I mean, besides the architects and satanic imagery, it just features more like a flesh-like organic stuff of nightmares. Well, that was a close one. So it's basically like, somewhat like the new Doom game, but instead it just, well, it does have more likely a Lovecraftian vibe from what I heard. Alright, let's see. Got the super health, which I didn't mention before. It just, I thought the needle actually healed the entire thing, but not likely, no. It's the super health, as I call it, I'm not sure. And we keep finding more of these weird enemies, that basically shoot something I can't tell. But whenever you kill it, it just drops one of these teeth. And there's the blue key. There's something down there. I'm not sure. There we go. Alright, looks like that's everything. We're back in here. So let's go back to this secret room and get what we need. To Fuglu, whatever his name is. Fuglu, whatever his name. I'm not gonna pronounce it, so let's just forget about it. I'm guessing that's the person here. Alright, that's Good enough. Alrighty then, let's move on to our destination. Go back here. Oh, it's right now. Back in the castle. Let me see. Alright, that takes care of those characters. Let me just get something. Another health. Another healing source. Sort of. Because I'm beginning to think that we're near a third boss fight. So let's move on. Femme Fatality. Even without the faith in any established god or divine deity, I still house some ounce of respect for those who still believes. Though I have to admit, when I entered that former place of worship and witnessed what I did, I almost got down on my knees just to praise these alluring and siren-like beauty. Although I don't need to be stepped on to realize that ain't my kink. Still, such a shame because it's certainly my loss. But to paraphrase the words of the prodigy and Cool Keith, smack this bitch up. So now we are in the third boss, Venus Termina, I believe. And there she is. So she seems like a pretty easy boss, just to avoid some of her projectile, along with the other projectile from the enemies. Okay, I'm stuck here now. Let me see if I can try to dodge her. There we go. Now you're gonna have to go to the other room all the way back. Here. I just need to take care of these guys. Those things may be little, but they're more harmful and dangerous because you don't know where they're attack. Anyway, let's go upstairs and try to get what we need. And there's something over there I can't even reach. I don't know why they put this over there. I can't even reach to it. See what I mean? It's supposed to be like a switch. Fortunately, no, it's just there for a reason. Alright, enough. Just go upstairs and go through this door into the balcony. And make sure you use the apple on her. Alright, see, where is it? Where is she? There she is. Also move away to the area before you get hurt. You know, let me just use my Shatterer. Shatterer. I can't pronounce it right now. So this is the easier way to defeat her if you stay up there. Okay. And she's dead. And so am I if I'm not careful. Just gotta get my smoke saying, oh, look at me. This. Alright. Time to get out of here. I almost forgot to put in my map, even though it's a big area, but not enough room. Alright, so now we are descending into hell itself. So let's move. The end is nigh. Looks like we're in the belly of the beast, or like I said, in hell. So let's move on and see what we got somewhere. Okay, there are tentacles getting in nowhere, so let's just blow this up. And from the looks of this area, I'm guessing hell looks more fleshy in some way. More disoriented, if you ask me. Too much meat around. Ugh. Oh, sorry. I had some Chinese food earlier today, and I don't want to get to think about it because Chinese buffet and alcohol is not a good mix. But enough said, let's move on. Let me check here. Okay, there's a secret, so let's see what else we can find. Alright. What do we got here? Alright, let's just turn around and go to the other room, see what's there. And now we are in an area that is combining flesh and metal, or in this case, computer. Okay, why are you here? I was gonna ask the same thing to myself. Yeah, let's just go from where we came from, go back. And right here. I don't see nothing useful around. Okay. Oh, so I almost forgot. I don't remember if I said this in my other video, but those things that keep making those crunching noises, they can hit you no matter how far you are, or if you're not in the way, they'll just still hit you. Let me just get my machine gun teeth. Alright, that's done. Let's see. Looks like we found a computer screen showing a symbol that I keep seeing everywhere. Let's just focus on what we're supposed to do. There we go. And there's a key, so... And this. Going through these walls and meat and all that going on. Tentacles. Looks like we have a new enemy. Kind of looks like a giant fleshy corn. Or a tentacle. Let me see if I can just hit it. Yeah, I can hit you, but I just don't want to risk losing my health. Okay, there it is. And these guys again. Let me check here somewhere. See if there's any other secrets I can find. Hold up. There we go. Oh, there's one.
Secret found.
I knew it. And look what we have here. We found a Easter egg. And it's none other than Slim Brasky, that's what his name is. I've seen his channel before. He talks about Boomer Shooter. He's pretty cool. So be sure to check his channel if you want. But enough said, let's move on. More of these things. And we found a key. Tweed Lock Eternity. And I'm already out, so let's just get some Boomer with us. There we go. Kill you. And get some. Takes a lot of shot to kill this shadow thing. Alright, let's see. We've already took care of this area here. Let's go double back. Alright, let's see. Yeah, there's too many sculpture of these things. And these corn-looking mothers. Yeah, it takes a lot of shot to kill these guys as well. Let's see. There we go. Lock and loaded. More of these things. Let's go around just to see what we can find. Almost gonna die, just need to be careful. Let me go back to get my health. Hallelujah. Thank you for my health. Yeah, the soundtrack here is a bit ominous as well. Again? Now I gotta go back to find that thing again. I gotta be real careful though, not to lose any more lives. Step by step. Let me check what's inside here first. Made it. And there's another key. Nice. In a room. Yeah, there's a shot. One thing that I didn't catch up on is that this doesn't have any shield of any kind, so no wonder it makes things very difficult at some point. Pretty simple once you know how. Let me check something real quick. I don't know if there's a... There. I don't know if there's another secret I was trying to say. Let me check real quick. Here.
Such a shame. BJ always gave good head.
BJ Blazkowicz from Wolfenstein. Another Easter egg. Who would have thought? I guess hell wasn't good enough for him. Or he wasn't good enough for hell. Probably Doomguy. Whatever, I can't speak, so... speak for him. So let's just move on to where we go. Since we have the key, let's go through here. And I'm guessing this is the final chapter. Let's see, this way? That way, okay. On forth to where it leads to us. I'm guessing this must be the final boss fight from what I hear the song. More of these things and projectile. I can't do anything with these things in a way. There we go. Time to get my shotgun. There we go. I need to go back to get my health. Whoa. I'm guessing this is the final boss. Looks more like a heart or an organ. But I'm not gonna waste my time guessing. Let's just kill this thing with all our firepower. Gotta go back to get my health. I'm gonna use my fruits just so I can hit him. time. Better make this count, otherwise I'll be dead. Timeout. Okay. That wasn't what I was expecting, so let's give it a shot. Oh, there's one. There we go. Now I can move on. And blow up this thing. I'm guessing that's the Wailing wall. I gotta look around just to see if there's any more health. Nope, okay. Come on. And it's dead, so now let's move on real quick.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like he's...
Welcome to my kingdom.
Right, like he said, so let's see what leads over here. This way. Trudging through the splattered remains of the monstrosity that was the Wailing Wall, the hellscape of Idric flesh becomes unnaturally dark and quiet, the only enduring sensation being the stench of decaying viscera. But for a moment, a thought occurred to the Reverend. Is this it? Is this the end? As the question rattled against his beat and battered mind, a familiar presence spoke from beyond. Ah, not even abandoning your fate, your brothers, and the cloth could keep you away from the true deities now, could it, Reverend? To be continued. So I'm here, and I guess I finally beat the game.
Bishop.
The only way forward, Reverend. Are you prepared to truly meet God and lay your eyes upon heaven?
I might as well meet God and descend once again into hell, whoever you are. There you have it. That was Reverend. A bite-sized boomer shooter proved to be small and short as well as enjoyable at the same time. I am looking forward for what's happened next to the Reverend with new weapons, enemies, and much, much more. Luckily, we are getting a sequel very soon in the fall, this fall. So kudos for that developer himself that I mentioned, as well as DOSman's game. So if you're looking for something that you're a fan of, such as Blood or Cultist, or any other game like that, check it out. My only complaint, however, is that they should have done much more with the audio. That's it. So thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you again in the next project.